Do. Merry Christmas. Hey, good morning. It's 5amMesterScrum. I hope you're all doing well. I'm Greg Master, Agile Coach and Scrum Master, and it is 7:14 on Sunday. A little bit later, but I was trying to fix some things. I just posted a podcast from the other day because the converter I was using decided it didn't want to work with YouTube anymore, and I had to figure out what's wrong. And I really do hate Microsoft's install program. I'm sorry. It's a piece of junk. There's a little storefront because you can't tell what's getting installed. So it's been spending past hour and a half just trying to figure out whether or not things are getting installed right. Because I tried reinstalling and uninstalling. Anyway, that's part of the story of making this thing show work. Well, I'm Greg Mester, Agile Coach and Scrum Master, and here we talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical way to help you get home to your family and friends. So you can have some fun, and also to make some more money for your company, for yourself if you got your own business, produce more quality work so you can get pay raises as you go, and have some fun and try not to stress. Where the only way we get more work out, we got to put more hours in. You don't have to do that. Just find better ways of doing business and doing work, and we're going to talk about that as we go in different areas. And two things I want to talk about: transformation. It's not that easy. And doing the same things all the time. And it kind of relates to what I just said about our intro and mission. And one of the things I try to do on this show is not so much say being the high lofty goals that we're going to dive into every once in a while, like how to change a company, the values, the point you reference where you start from, the core, to really get the agile transformation and the core of agile. We'll touch on that from time to time, but I like to do some practical stuff along with that other things, because sometimes I feel like I look at all the stuff out there on LinkedIn. Everybody's like having your own business and getting out there and being a creator and doing all this stuff. And, sometimes not everybody wants to do that. There's a little bit of truth to that. Sometimes it's just nice to work, go to a job, get paid, go home and have some fun, and maybe do other things that you really like to do. So this kind of show hopefully will help people who are in that mode and people wanting to do their own entrepreneur work, a little bit of everything. So it's not all about, well, if you don't have a YouTube video, you can't be successful and you can't have your own company. So this is not what it's about. It was cute though the other day. I was going to think about doing TikTok. I'm going to get it all set up today. We're going to do one today, I think. And my daughter's little friend, she was over here. She's like, I'm honored to be on the 5am Mester Scrum Show, scene and everything, because she thinks it's so cool, which is funny. I like that. It's cool. When little kids like it, is you're having fun. And they were apparently playing. They kept disappearing, and they were playing. They were on a YouTube show, so they were using a backdrop, pretending they were on YouTube. Anyway, but getting back to it, it's like, I want to have this show to help people work every day more effectively. And we'll talk about different things as we go. And I just had the little Charlie Brown. If you remember the Charlie Brown episode where he has the little tree and it really doesn't look very good at first. I mean, to me, this is like agile transformation. The little tree. He's like, I know I can make it work. It just needs some love and we'll just make it happen. It needs a lot of love when you're doing some of these transformations, because some pieces really want to do it. And when you're new and you're fresh, the people who have done it before in Agile know it really works. The people who have not done it and they've been doing the same way for years will fight you tooth and nail until they finally go, look, man, you're not delivering. You got to do something different. Well, it works for all this time. And no, sooner or later, they're not going to work. People are getting used to quicker, faster, better. I mean, just look at your phones, man. I mean, I'm complaining about downloading the install software from Microsoft. In the old days, that probably was sufficient. I think the old days were better than the ones they got now, to be honest with you. It was actually more, you can tell when things were working. Whoever they updated just doesn't really do a good job. Anyway, so the transformation process, talking to one of my coaches the other day, and we were talking about challenges and stuff. Transformation is a bunch of challenge. I mean, it's a challenging thing. It ain't easy. You get some good points, you get some bad points. It takes some time. It doesn't happen overnight for those organizations think they want to do it overnight. And it would be great if the corporation as a whole would come to, they all want to transform, they all participate, they all part of doing it, all up and down the chain. But that doesn't happen a lot. Sometimes just one group said we're going to do it some way, and then the other group's like, why are we doing this? This worked fine. I was happy. Um, but it's a challenge, right? And I just want to be realistic with everybody. So that's why I'm like in the world where maybe the whole organization is not transformed. Maybe you just got your own little team, your own group of people you work with. There's nothing wrong with turning your own little group of people into an Agile team, into a Scrum team. That's where Scrum and Agile originally started. It wasn't this grandiose corporate changes and these grandiose plans. It was just a small team of developers to find a way to work together better, to build code and deliver it quicker, faster, better. And then they got really good at it and everybody wanted to do it. How are you doing that? You're actually delivering and meeting your schedules. Let's do that. So it became that, right? But it just takes hard work. And there's some days that are good, some days that are bad. You get some achievement, and you move it up. Sometimes you feel like you take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or maybe 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards. It depends. And we'll talk more about that. But I just want to talk about, just give you the truth of what it is. Transformation is not necessarily the easiest thing to do. And a lot of times you need to bring people from the outside to help do your transformation, because the people on the inside had no visibility on what this transformation could really be like. They have no idea what it would be. And there's a lot of companies I've been to where they were taught how to do, quote, taught how to do Agile, and they realized it really wasn't Agile. It was really a combination of just whatever it was. Anyway, so that's what I want to talk about. Transformation is not the easiest thing. And again, it's kind of like the little Christmas tree. At first, it's like, come on, guys, this is really good. You should really like this tree, and we'll make it look pretty, and it'll be great. And to be honest with you, whoops, I lost Charlie Brown. But that's what it looks like when you first start the transformation stuff. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to talk about, doing the same things all the time. It's also one of those things in transformations. It kind of wraps around. So a lot of people don't want to change, and they're happy with doing it the same way all the time. And one of the things in Agile, and this is maybe more of a core thought process, but how do you do it? But there will be people, when you do retrospectives and daily scrums, hey, why are you changing it up, right? And you take a step back. It's good to change up how you run those ceremonies every once in a while. People get bored. You want to get different thinking processes out there to generate new ideas. The whole idea is to generate new ideas, innovate new ways of doing business to make it quicker, faster, better. And if you keep thinking the same way, some of those ideas burn out and they don't get as many ideas. So you want to change it up. Now, when you're Scrum Master for a team or coaching a team, there's a lot of times you'll get people in those teams are like, well, why don't we just keep doing it the same way we'll always do it, so we can see how we're doing better, and we should really just do it the same way. There's something to that. So there is a reference point, but trust me, those people are going to be the loud ones and going to complain about it, and you just have to work with them. It's a little harder. Sometimes you got to do some one-on-one, try some things. Maybe a way of getting those people that are like don't want to do it, get them to bring it to the group's attention. Maybe get them to lead the activity, so they take ownership. So they instead of being a opponent for it, they're pro, or they're they become a cheerleader per se for trying something new, and a new way of doing things. Sometimes that helps change things up. So I would like to just encourage, change up your daily scrum. Like we do, what was the last fun thing you do? Just to make it different, to get people thinking, hey, how, I really do want to go out and have some fun. So I really want to find a quicker way of doing what I do. whether it be automated tests, unit testing, developing code, sharing stuff, getting other people up to speed. We talked about vacations, and it's key having other people. Like I put the post up there about how foggy it was during the Army-Navy game, and then it cleared up. It was a beautiful day in the afternoon. Having a diverse backfield where you're throwing the ball some of the times, running the ball the other times, and you want that diversity where you're not the only one who can do what you do, because without that, if you are the only one, how are you going to take time off? They're going to be dependent upon you. You are the bottleneck. You're the critical link, the critical path link to getting the work done. So it's not necessarily a good thing. With that, it is Sunday. I'm going to let it go early. Ring the little bell, tell your friends. We're still cleaning up around here. It's still kind of a mess, and getting things going, figuring out what we want to do. Again, like I said, my MP4 to MP3 converter just stopped using the YouTube, and it was like, oh man, you're making my life more difficult. I have to find a new piece of software to do that, because it was nice. So we'll see. And you all have a happy day. Have a happy Sunday. Hope all things go well, and happy scrumming. Wish you happy scrumming and a happy weekend. Don't forget, share with your friends what fun things you did over the weekend and what's your next fun thing. Take care. See ya. Bye. See ya.